once again, we're going to be out here doing food delivery, talking New York Mets, rocking and rolling. We'll do whatever we need to do to stay busy, make a little bit of money while also covering the best team in the world, the New York Mets. So super excited to be here with you once again tonight. For those of you who don't want to hear my voice but want to follow along with the game, we do have an alternate live stream. We already have a Lindor ground out and a Juan Soto ground out. So now it is Sandy Alcantara. Sandy Alcantara for the great pitcher and back from injury last year. And he was looking great in preseason. And so we have expectations that this will be a little tougher to get hits tonight versus last night when the Mets erupted. However, Mets need to figure out how to get Alcantara out of the game by running up his pitch count and get to that Marlins bullpen as quick as we possibly can. Kodai Senga is making his 2025 debut for the Mets here. So we've got some big name pitchers who would, when healthy, both be in the Cy Young conversation. And so that's what we got. So we're going to just head to where we think there might be some good orders, try to make some money while we're talking Mets, do my best to give you updates as well. We will not be live tomorrow, so there it is once again a and Pete Alonso is going to ground out to end the first inning here as well. So we're headed to the bottom of the first. We'll get to see Kodai Senga in action for the first time in 2025. In case you have not heard, Sean Manaea, it was Manaea, right? Make sure I got the right M on the injured list. Anyway, Sean Manaea, let me make sure I have this right because I don't want to report bad info. Yeah, Sean Manaea is going to be shut down. His injury had some complications. He's going to be shut down for at least 2 weeks. No throwing for 2 weeks. So all this talk of Manaea will be back in mid-May or whatever. Nope. So despite all the caution they were taking, still not good enough. So you can kind of have the expectation you won't see Sean Manaea for a really long time. And anytime you start to see delays like this, reminds me a lot of Kodai Senga last year, where we thought we were getting him back, and apparently they still rushed him back too much. So I'm just going to tell you right now, it would not shock me. I don't hope this, but it would not shock me if we don't see Sean Manaea pitch for the remainder of this season. But we'll see. He's not even going to start throwing again for 2 weeks. And then whenever that happens, and it's a complete ramp up from like the very beginning, like the beginning of spring training. So definitely not ideal, but so far the Mets pitching has been holding, and we'll just need them to hold on a little bit longer. Amani, yes, talking baseball in the United States. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. We are MetropoliFins, YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. It is that point in the day where the sun gets really bright and in your eyes. So we're going to head downtown, see what we can find. We're on commercial break right now, so you're not missing anything. It is nothing, going to the bottom of the first. Marlins are coming up. Kodai Senga is going to be pitching for the Mets here tonight. So we're going to do just a listen/watch party, depending on what situation you're in. I'm doing the listening party. You guys are doing the watch party. I don't have a way to post a link easily in the chat, but I put up my full take on torpedo bats this afternoon. So we premiered that this afternoon, so you can go see, because that was a big, was a big topic of conversation. And so, yeah, if you wanted to kind of know what I'm thinking on all that, we talked about it some yesterday. We can talk about it more in here, but kind of laid out my full argument of where I am at with it, which I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I think if it wasn't the Yankees, I don't even think we'd really be talking about it. If it was a bunch of Royals players hitting it, I might talk about it a little bit, but it's not. It wouldn't have been anything crazy like that, I don't think. Just my opinion. Go on. How's it going? So we're out talking Mets baseball, and all right, leadoff batter for the Marlins is going to get a double out to right field. Xavier Edwards with a leadoff double for the Marlins in the bottom of the first inning. It is 0-0. Kodai Senga on the mound. Maybe a little jitters. He pitched, like 3 innings last year? 5 innings last year? I forget how many. It wasn't much. He just pitched a little bit against the Braves, and then that was all we got to see of him. So we're just headed towards downtown. I'm going to see if we can find some food orders. Talking Mets. This ball's hit deep. And that is a home run for the Marlins. The Marlins are going to get off to a 2-0 lead. So 2 batters up, 2 runs in for the Marlins. Kodai Senga is not coming out sharp tonight. So it's 2-0. However, that being said, that might be the ideal situation, is just get those jitters out of there. So it's 2-0 Marlins here, bottom of the first inning. Kodai Senga is yet to retire a batter. Mets went down 1-2-3, and the Marlins have gone 1-2 in. 1-2-0 on the Mets here. So just like last night, the Mets are going to have to battle from behind right from the very beginning. We'll see what their plan of action, what their strategy is going to be. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. So Kodai Senga looking to record his first out of the season. This is definitely not. Grounder to third. Vientos grabs it and throws to first. And there is 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Marlins. So Senga was able to retire a batter. So we'll see. We'll see if he can bounce back. Sometimes, though, home runs are rally killers. I've seen this a lot in baseball over the years. Is sometimes, like, as exciting as a home run is for your team, there's a lot of times that a home run will actually kind of end the rally because there's just nobody left on base. It clears the bases. The pitcher can kind of just go back to concentrating fully on the batters and not have to worry about runners and stuff like that. And Kodai Senga is definitely someone who I don't think would mind having clear base paths as much as he doesn't really want to give up. Of course, 2 runs in the first inning. Maybe just got his jitters out and he can just bear down the rest of the way. So far, Mets pitchers have done a great job of working in and out of trouble, dancing through the raindrops, as we like to say around here, and also not breaking down when they give up a run or two, and not giving up the huge inning. So there have been very few innings. Probably about the worst inning pitched was the 9th inning last night by Danny Young. It's probably the worst inning the Mets have pitched this entire season. And even that was only giving up 2 runs. You're going to have, when you have power pitchers who are challenging batters, you're going to have home runs. So the goal is to get up those home runs with no one on base as much as possible. And so that's a big part of it. And unfortunately for Senga, there was someone who was on base for that home run. And that's a grounder down to Alonso, who flips it over to Senga to get the second out of the inning. So we got 2 outs, 2-0 Marlins, bottom of the first inning. Senga was able to run full speed over to first base, they said too, which is really good because just recovering from injury, you don't want to see anything. Obviously, you don't want to see him get hurt, but you want to see that he is actually fully healthy, fully ready to go. So that is a good sign there. Two balls and no strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Marlins do have 2 runs in on a 2-run homer. And Mets went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first, so you didn't miss anything exciting there. Foul ball down the first baseline, 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, Senga continuing to pitch here. So if you just want to follow along the game and you want to have the visual, or if you want to open in a separate browser as well, I do have a separate stream going on. It's the game day stream. This ball's popped up to shallow left field. Nimmo makes the catch to retire the side. So Senga gives up 2, but no further damage after that. Is able to settle right on down. And so that is a very good sign here. Giving up the runs, not a good sign, but the fact that Senga could settle down after that, that is a good sign. So we will get all caught up every time we kind of go to a commercial break. A lot of times I'll be running a little bit behind because my GPS interrupts the signal here. All right, so we're here, no commercial break, because I get to skip right through all that to get caught up on everything. So, leading off this inning is Sir Brandon Nimmo. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. So Nimmo got his first big hit of the season yesterday with a home run. Quite a few Mets got their first big hit, most notably Pete Alonso with a grand slam. Luis Torrens had a nice 2-run shot yesterday. It was a great performance for the Mets, and hopefully they can draw on that because they're going to need to score some runs in this game now that they're already behind 2-0. So. Two balls and 1 strike. 2 Nimmo at the plate. Thank you, sir. Negative Nance. This ball's well hit. It's gone! A home run for Brandon Nimmo. Back-to-back games for Brandon Nimmo with a home run. So that is good to see. Nimmo getting good hits out of the cleanup spot, of course, providing some protection for Pete Alonso. It's only going to mean more and better pitches for Pete to hit. Of course, so many times Pete's going to come up with Soto or Lindor on base. So it's that's really good to see. So it's 2-1 Marlins. Nimmo bouncing back with the home run here tonight to help the Mets once again get on the board and get on the board early, but we are still behind 2-1, top of the second inning. Vientos bounces out very quickly, so there's going to be 1 out here in the top of the second inning. 1 run in. Yeah, I never played baseball at super high levels, but I did, Sir Negative. So I did play Little League. I've always loved baseball my whole life. It's always been my favorite sport. You know, even though I still enjoy football a lot, but baseball's always just been my first sports love. And then I'm currently coaching. So I'm a Little League coach right now, coaching my son's team. So he's like AAA's, which is like the level right below the level you see on ESPN for the Little League World Series. He's there. So I'm just a big baseball fan. All right, we got a strikeout there. I didn't even catch who was up, but we got a strikeout there on the Mets. So there's 2 outs. Two outs here in the top of the second inning with 1 run in on the Brandon Nimmo home run. Two balls and no strikes to Torrens. Torrens has been just the surprise. I don't want to say surprise in the sense that, but definitely been maybe the number 2 hitter the Mets have had to start the season here until Nimmo starts heating up here. It's 4 for 11, so batting just under 400 on the season as a catcher. And he's going to bounce this one to short. And Torrens is going to be retired here. So it is 2-1 Marlins. We are headed to the bottom of the second inning. Brandon Nimmo with the homer that inning to get the Mets on the board, but we're still down by 1 because the Marlins had a 2-run homer. So we're just kind of sitting around out here looking for some orders. Apparently it's pretty slow out here tonight. So I guess we're going to do something we didn't do last time. We're going to turn on DoorDash as well, because we definitely want to stay busy as we are out and about. Otherwise, I could just be streaming from the comfort of home. So the whole reason I'm out here is to make some money while we're talking baseball. So in order to do that, got to actually get some orders. So I hope everybody is doing well tonight. You're on commercial break. Let me make sure I'm all caught up. Well, there we go. Hey, just got ourselves a nice large catering order. So 17 item order. This is a very big order. 17 sushi rolls, not individual pieces of sushi, full sushi rolls that we have going on. So I'm gonna bring you guys in with me. Hopefully everything will be good. Sometimes there's a bit of a delay in here, though. That's why. But this is this is a big, for food delivery purposes. This is considered a catering orders, which is a good deal. Sometimes there's a good tip on these too. So we'll see. So I still have the game on commercial break. Let me. There we go. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm not going to be able to give complete play-by-play while I'm in the restaurant here. Casey, good evening to you. Hope you are doing well. So we just got ourselves a catering order on DoorDash. So I'm going to bring everybody in. It's going to be hard to do lots of updates in here because this is fancy. So two balls, 2 strikes. I feel like I Good evening. Matthew H. It's a big one.
It's a big one.
Yeah. There's a strikeout for Senga. How's it going, Wyatt? Let me see what I can do here. I might be able to.
That's what it's going to be 5 bags. I heard in the kitchen there's 4 bags in the kitchen.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. We're going to try this setup here. See all the sushi stuff in the background? We're going to rig up our own little device here. There you go. When I can't talk, we'll just use this setup so you can stay on top of the game here. And then as soon as I'm out of the fancy restaurant, I'll talk more. There we go. Is that everything then ready?
Yep.
All right. 17 items total. I gotta get
Yep. 17 items.
All right. Sounds good. We're gonna load up. Go that one over the arm, and then I'm assuming that one's got to go flat. So.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a good night. All right, we got the food. 2 strikeouts for Senga.
Be careful at the back.
Yeah, it's right behind you. Excuse me. Thank you. All right. So here we go. We got maybe an error on Francisco Lindor. Senga struck out the first 2 batters of the inning. So Marlins going to get a runner on here. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. I haven't heard if it's officially an error, but it sounds like it's one Lindor should have got into. Yeah, they're going to charge an error to Lindor on that. So, all right, here we go. Runner goes. Terrence guns him down. There we go. That's the second base runner Terrence has thrown out this season. So that'll be it for the Marlins in the bottom of the second inning. It remains 2-1 Marlins. Sorry, I got like 5 bags. They gave me 5 bags. This is a gigantic sushi party, that is for sure. You're not missing anything. We're on commercial break right now. I'm going to give you guys a full reset here. It is 2-1 Marlins over the Mets. Make sure we are all caught up, but I believe we are. We're still on commercial break as far as I can tell. We're going to the top of the third inning. Luis Angel Acuna, Jose Siri, Francisco Lindor. That is who is due up for this inning. So we're gonna buckle ourselves up. We've got 17 sushi rolls, 5 bags of food we gotta go deliver, and we'll keep you updated on the game as we go. All right, so the Mets need to work on running up Sandy Alcantara's pitch count. We need to work on getting him out of this game as soon as possible. One ball, one strike to Acuna. Foul ball down the first base line for Acuna. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Acuna lines one to right field. It's going to bounce over the wall for a ground rule double for Luis Angel Acuna. So we get the leadoff batter on. And the strikeout king, Jose Siri. Started calling him that yesterday, and then he started hitting well. So I'm going to keep calling Jose. Actually, it's Jose Alexa is what we call him on this channel, because it triggers my phone if I say his real name. So Jose Alexa, the strikeout king, we're going to call him that because when I called him that, he started getting some big hits. So let's see if the Mets can get back to really doing some good situational hitting. It's what they've been struggling with. Mets have been really struggling, like move base runners up, kind of that small ball sort of thing. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Siri. How's it going, Riz? Absolutely. Jose Alexa grounds it to second. And it's going to move Acuna up to third base. There we go. There's some situational hitting. Put the ball in play. Move the batter or move the runner up. So That's definitely what we want to see the Mets doing. Is yes, there's going to be times you're going to have the hit barrage and lots of home runs like the Mets did last night, but there's also plenty of times in every game where you have opportunities to move runners up, move a runner from second to third. Foul ball by Lindor here at the plate. Runner on third, one out. MacMan, how's it going? Appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. We are MetropoliFins. We're YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. So come and hanging out, doing some food delivery. I'm actually on my way to deliver 5 bags of food, 17 rolls of sushi. So that's what we got right now. Ball's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lindor. Lindor uses this new torpedo bat. In fact, Lindor was using torpedo bats before they were cool. He was using it last year. So I put together a whole video on the torpedo bat controversy, my take on it. You can love it, hate it, disagree, agree, whatever. But I just posted that on the channel earlier this afternoon. So if you get bored with me or get bored with this game, you want to go check that out, go ahead and check that video out. Let me know what you guys think. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's overblown for social media clicks. It's just part of the evolution of gear. And honestly, if it leads to a few more home runs and a few less fly ball outs, sounds good to me. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Francisco Lindor. Base hit for Lindor. That's his first hit of the season. And the game is tied 2-2. Told you, every time Lindor and his wife have another baby, Lindor seems to go off. So we need to make sure that Lindor is scheduled to have a kid the first week of the season. Soto lines out to the outfield, so there's going to be 2 outs. He went after the first pitch there. So I don't know. I mean, Sandy had an excellent year. We'll see what he comes back with this year, SFL, because I mean, it'll be interesting to see what he, can he stay healthy? Obviously, that's always a question. Mets with Kodai Senga, it's the same question. But I mean, when he was at his dominant best, I mean, he was one of the best in the game. Was that like 2 or 3 years ago? It was just absolutely. Tony Rivera, how's it going? Let's go Mets, baby. Appreciate you hanging out with us here tonight. Mets just tied the game up 2-2 on Francisco Lindor's first hit. I believe it's his first RBI. Most likely it would be as well. Lindor steals second now. There are 2 outs, but he at least gets himself into scoring position. Pete Alonso at the plate. So now Pete just needs that hit. Yeah, it'd be interesting, SFL. I'll have to look at like his career stats. I'm sure we're going to see him again. I know we don't play the Marlins quite as much as we used to under the older unbalanced schedule, but I'm going to guess that we're going to see Sandy once or twice more. But yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what he can bounce back with overall this year. Pete pops that one foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pete Alonso. It is 2-2 Mets. The top of the 3rd inning. Mets just tied it up on a Francisco Lindor single that scored Luis Angel Acuna. Yeah, I'll have to check. I can't do it right now, SFL. But I'd be very intrigued to know how much am I biased by that one amazing? Cause, I mean, it really was an amazing season. So I wonder. I'll have to do some research on that. Appreciate the knowledge on that. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count to Pete Alonso here. Seeing if he can do some damage. Fouls that one off, so it's going to remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Pete is going to ground out. That is going to end the inning. It's going to end the inning there. What's his career whip, SFL? Yeah, I mean, you can't really look at the record being with the Marlins. I mean, that's like looking at Jacob deGrom's record over the years and realizing like how many games he was an absolutely dominant pitcher and either got a loss, a 1-0 loss, or got a no decision because the Mets blew the game or whatever. So I don't put too much emphasis on the actual win-loss record. The 3.88 career ERA is higher than I would have guessed, though, for sure. So how about upper mid? Could it be upper mid? Mid with the opportunity to dominate in certain games. Upper mid. We're going to create a new category. Or mid but still knows how to shut down the Mets. Not necessarily tonight. Mets have gotten a couple runs off of him, but he's definitely done decent against the Mets over the years. I don't know his total career stats, but there are definite games that he shut us down completely. Yeah. Well, it's, like I said, I'm surprised that his career ERA is that high. I would not have guessed that. So you might be onto something. You might be onto something. So we're on our way, by the way, we're on commercial breaks. You're not missing anything with the game. We're on our way dropping off 5 bags of food. 17 sushi rolls is what we're dropping off here. Absolutely massive order for a random Tuesday night. So that's what we're doing. As soon as we get back, Kodai Senga will be out pitching for the Mets against the Marlins with a 2-2 game. Mets just tied it up on a ground ball single by Francisco Lindor that scored Luis Angel Acuna. Earlier in the game, the Mets scored on a solo home run by Brandon Nimmo. There's back-to-back games with home runs for Brandon Nimmo, so definitely exciting if you're a Mets fan. Trust that we'll win. Well, we'll see. I mean, our bullpen has been good. Our bats have been definitely lower mid until yesterday. Foul ball. I believe it's 1 ball and 1 strike here. Yep, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Senga hopefully can really settle down the rest of the way. be nice to see him get through 5 innings before he hits his 90 pitch or whatever. I don't know what his exact pitch count will be, but Mets have been sticking right around 90 pitches for starters here. Foul ball just down the first baseline. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us and supporting the small channel. I'd love to do this while sitting in front of a computer, but unfortunately, YouTube doesn't pay my bills yet, so I gotta go out and do some work. But I'd be listening to the Mets game anyway, so I figure we'll just hang out with whoever wants to talk baseball while I'm out delivering, and hopefully slowly grow the channel. But if you're enjoying this, go ahead, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Make sure I've got the right one here, because there's, I think it's that one. Yeah. All right. So we are pulling in. I've got my 17 rolls of sushi that I am dropping off. I'll be right back with you. Good evening. For Matthew? Yeah, how's it going?
How are you?
Good. So, this is the one that's got to be flat. So maybe I'll hand that one to you last, because that's how we did it at the restaurant.
Thank you very much.
So, here's those.
That works perfect.
All right, have a great night.
Thank you, you too.
All right, we got all that dropped off, so we're done with that order. Let me get backed out of here. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. I'll do a little reset here in a second. Let me just get turned around in this little parking lot here. Oh, guys, for those who don't understand the food delivery world, you might not get that, but that was a $48 order. That was absolutely a beautiful order. Absolutely a beautiful order. So $48 in our first 43 minutes. We're making $60 an hour at this moment. It's not going to keep up, I promise you that. But strikeout by Kodai Senga on Edwards. So all the Mets are looking for Senga to do is just kind of hold it down from this point forward. Don't give up anything else. And I got strike 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Kaylee, how's it going? I just got myself I just delivered a catering order on Earn by Time that had a $42 tip on it, Kaylee. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Senga strikes out the side on 3 Ghost Forks. Woo! We got the Ghost Fork going. It is 2-2. Yeah, nice one. That was like, I'm telling you, that's like the best order that I've delivered on DoorDash in like a month. So, we'll take it. We'll take it. So, but I would love to get to the point where it's YouTube paying the bills. So, that's why we're gonna keep working, putting in the hard work. But Mets are battling back. Kodai Senga's looking sharp. I mean, if you literally take out the first 2 batters of the game, he has just been absolutely awesome tonight. And I just kind of wondered, just like the first couple batter jitters of just like, getting started after, I mean, what did he pitch last year? 5 1/3 innings or something like that. So, but we still need a little bit of offense. Brandon Nimmo looking good. We got ourselves another order. This one's from Chipotle. Chipotle order. So DoorDash is carrying us tonight here. All right, we are going to the top of the 4th inning. Top of the 4th inning here. By the way, if you... Yeah, I got out late tonight too, Kaylee. So I delivered this morning through about noon. And 2 of my kids were sick, so I had to go pick them up from school. And I worked on YouTube this afternoon. And then I got out right at the start of the game. So, like, that's what it is. So hopefully you'll find something good out here tonight as well. It is Sir Brandon Nimmo. I like calling him Sir. At least tonight. We'll take it to. I mean, I literally just sat by Magic Dumpster. I turned it on, and I got that catering order within like 10 seconds of turning on DoorDash. So they must have just been waiting for a platinum driver to log on or something. Because I mean, I was, and it was on earn by time too, so I got a little extra bonus, right? I got $5 base pay instead of $2, so it turned out to be like $48. So we'll take that. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sir Brandon Nimmo. By the way, I'm going to keep calling Jose Alexa the strikeout king, because every time I call him that, he does something good. Oh, Nimmo called out on strikes. That is so rare for Brandon Nimmo. Man, I can count on like one hand the number of times I've seen Brandon Nimmo called out on strikes. He's kind of like Nimmo light, or he's kind of like Soto. Nimmo is kind of like Soto light. Marky V, that sly dog. Marky V is up now. No balls and 1 strike. Sandy Alcantara is still pitching here. Chops it to third. Oh, they're saying Vientos didn't run full speed through the bag. There's some jeers. I'm hearing some Mets fans jeering in the background there. I wonder if he thought he was going to be out and hopefully he's not hurt, but so he's thrown out at first there. So there's 2 outs. That's the type of mental mistake you can't be making. This team's not proven it's good enough that you can just slack off on running down to first. So I'm sure he will. He has already probably learned that lesson. But it's one of the things I tell my son every time. Like, you are blessed to have the opportunity to play this game of baseball. You better always run like it's your last opportunity to steal a base or to get a hit on the field. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put the Mets shirt sweatshirt up. I'm gonna be back. I'm not gonna bring you guys in for this one. It's Jesse Winker at the plate. So, but what I'll do is, if I'm in there for any extended period of time, I will I'll just post some updates as well for you guys. So I gotta go, but hopefully this is just ready. That would be ideal, that this is just ready. So All right, I'm going to be back as quick as possible. Let's go Mets, baby. Let's go Jesse Winker. Let's keep this inning alive. Oh, man, even the sweatshirt wouldn't stay up. All right, we're back. Jesse Winker struck out. It's the Chipotle curse. The curse of Chipotle. All right. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. We are MetropoliFins. We're YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. So we're gonna go drop off this Chipotle order. Oh man, someone is driving the wrong way. Driving the wrong way down the road. All right, we're at commercial break right now, so you're not missing any of the action. We are headed to the bottom of the fourth inning. Hey, awesome. Yeah, no, we'll do. I'm not doing a ton of Dolphins coverage right now just because I don't have time to do all the like pre-draft stuff. There's so many good channels that cover that, but yeah, we're gonna do the same thing. And the goal is to just get this channel built up enough I don't have to do the DoorDash while I'm doing coverage of the game. So awesome, I appreciate the sub. So, do you actually live in Florida right now? I'm down in the Naples, Fort Myers area, so that's where I'm at as we speak. All right, so Kodai Senga struck out the side last inning, and I believe he has 5 strikeouts on 5 forkballs today, so looking great after the first 2 batters. Absolutely looking great today. Yep, 5 strikeouts on the ghost fork. Ripped foul down the right field line, so it's going to be 3 balls and 1 strike. Gotcha. There is a runner at first here, by the way. Fouled back, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, I've been to Texas a couple times. I like the Austin area. It's the only area I'm super familiar with, like Austin up to Waco. I know that stretch. I know Chip and Joanna Gaines, their little area in Waco, and then I've done some conferences in Austin. So that's pretty much my knowledge of Texas, is like Austin and Waco. In terms of places I've spent legitimate time and not just driven through. So alright, ball is fouled off again, so this batter is, I believe it's Matt Mervis. Swing and a miss at the Ghost Fork again! Woo! Ghost Fork it is. Ghost Fork it is. Lindor had, by the way, Lindor had a second fielding error of the night. I wonder the last time Lindor had 2 errors in a single game. He's got baby on the brain right now. Baby on the brain. Runner on first, 1 out. Grounder to Acuna. Tosses it to Lindor. And Lindor relays to first, and he's safe. So they'll get the lead runner. Couldn't quite turn the double play. So there'll be 2 outs with a runner on first here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We've got to go 2 more miles to deliver this Chipotle order. So. Ball 1 to Jonah Bride here. Kodai Senga trying to get out of this inning. Trying to bail out Francisco Lindor. I'm sure Lindor has bailed out Senga many a times, and that's how you play team baseball. One guy makes a mistake, somebody else comes in, picks him up. So. Two balls and 1 strike to Jonah Bride. Two balls and 2 strikes. So Kodai Senga's 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Jonah Bride lays off the forkball, so it's going to be a full count here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 is the score of the game. Lake Jackson, south of Houston. Okay, awesome. All right, ball 4. So there's 2 on with 2 outs, and the next batter gets a ball. So it's 1-0. 1-0 is the count here. So Senga's got it. He lost him. Lost Jonah Bride. So trying to figure out how to get out of this inning. This ball is going to hit out in the outfield, bounce up against the wall. It's going to score to Graham Pauley with a 2-run double. Marlins are going to retake the lead here, 4-2. These are unearned runs because of the error that should have been the first out of the inning. So, however, that's a bummer. All right, so we're almost to our drop off here. The count is no balls and 1 strike to Myers here for the Marlins. Marlins have, and now we've got a pitch clock violation, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the 4th ball. So Senga's trying to get out of this inning here. The 2 runs this inning are unearned, but they still are on the scoreboard, and the Mets are still going to have to score at least 3 more to win this game. So we're going to need the Mets of last night to show up here soon. Fouled back. Remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and he gets the strikeout to get out of the inning, but the Marlins do score 2. So that was a very pitching stressful inning. All right, we're at commercial break, so you're not missing anything. And I am at my drop-off, so I'm just going to go drop off this Chipotle here real quick. And we'll be right back with you for the top of the 5th. we got that order all dropped off. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're going to see if the Mets have what it takes to battle back again here tonight. For those of you following along on the DoorDash side of things, that was $7.55 payout, $3 tip, $4.55 base pay on Earned by Time. It's going to be 7, 8, and 9 of the Mets due up here in the top of the 5th. However, that doesn't mean to give up on this inning. In fact, Luis Angel Acuna actually started the Mets rally earlier. Got on base. Jose Siri got him over to third, and then Francisco Lindor knocked him home. Trying to get out of this little thing. 2 balls and 1 strike here is the count. So the roof is open in Miami. It is a beautiful night here on the other side of the state. Luis Torrens is at the plate, by the way. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hayden Sanger will probably be the catcher for the Mets tomorrow, which makes sense, the day game after the night game. It's not a super early day game, though. It's a 4:40 day game, which is why I can't cover that. Because my son has a 5 o'clock game tomorrow night. Alcantara strikes out Torrens. That's Alcantara's 4th strikeout of the night. So there's 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning, Luis Angel Acuna, who scored 1 of the 2 Mets runs of the day. Acuna gets robbed of a base hit. It's going to be 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Jose Siri. Whoops, can't call him that. Messed up my phone. Jose Alexa, who I graciously call the strikeout king. Because every time I do, he seems to do something good for the team. One ball, 1 strike to Alexa. It is 4-2 Marlins over the Mets in the top of the 5th inning. This ball is lifted out to center field. Myers makes the catch and the Mets are retired. 1, 2, 3. Easy as can be in the top of the 5th. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning after not a lot of rest for Senga. So Senga's obviously 2 of those runs that he gave up were not earned runs last inning, but it still added a lot more pitches to his pitch count. We'll see if he can get through the 5th here. See what sort of arm strength he has. I feel like Senga probably pitched the least in spring training of all of our pitchers, so I don't know if he's able to go to that 90 pitch mark like Clay Holmes and McGill and some of those other guys were. We're at commercial break, so you're not missing anything. I'm just repositioning myself towards downtown, where we tend to find slightly better orders than right where we are right now. It's been pretty slow, but luckily we got one really nice order tonight, so that's made the whole evening worthwhile. So we're gonna just head towards downtown. We'll park at one of our favorite places, known on the other channel as Magic Dumpster. Magic Dumpster, where we sometimes get good orders. It's a back alley behind some of our high-end restaurants. So, as far as I can tell, we are still on commercial break. There we go, back. Going to the bottom of the fifth inning, Mets are down 4-2. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Nick Fortes is up. Grounds it to Acuna. Acuna throws it to first, so we have 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. They're advertising Bigelow tea. I actually have sweet tea. Reach out to me, Bigelow. I drink a lot of sweet tea. You advertise for the Mets. I can advertise for you too. Looking for a brand deal here. Hook me up with a brand deal so that way I can talk more Mets and do just a little bit of DoorDash. One ball, no strikes, and the next pitch is a strike as well. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We just got ourselves our next order. Picking up some ice cream, guys. Actually, gelato. Technically, we're picking up gelato. Picking up some gelato. One pitch. It's bounced foul down the first baseline. It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Rolled to second. Back to Acuna again. Acuna's getting a workout there at second base. And there's going to be 2 outs in the inning. So far, a low-stress inning for Kodai Senga. So it's 2 outs. Bottom 5th. Kyle Stowers is up for the Marlins. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th inning. Marlins are up 4-2. Mets definitely want to keep this game close. Next pitch is also a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. We are on our way to pick up some gelato. It's a 1-pound tub of ice cream. That ball is hooked foul down the right field line. So it's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike. Only hard part here is finding a place to park exactly where we're going to be. Swing and a miss, the 2-1 pitch, 2 balls and 2 strikes. See if Senga can ghost fork him. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging. A nice pitch at 97 miles an hour. Sorry, I'm navigating a busy part. We might end up having to cancel this DoorDash order because there's like nowhere to park over here. We'll see. There's like nothing available. So we'll have to see. All right, so the Mets get out of that inning. It is still 4-2, so they need some runs. All right, are you guys gonna cross the street? Let's go. We're all waiting for you. Yeah, there's no parking spots anywhere near downtown at the moment, so I think we're going to end up canceling that order here after a few minutes. We'll drive around a little bit more, see if we can find a decent spot, but I don't think there is anything. It is crazy. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully the Mets have a comeback, at least hopefully for me. SFL Outside is not hoping that as a Marlins fan. But we're chilling with you, doing some food delivery here on a Tuesday night. Talking some Mets baseball, talking baseball in general. If you haven't seen my newest video, I put out my take on the whole torpedo bat controversy, so you can go listen to that. Let me know what you think. If you haven't done so, hit that like, double tap that screen, hit that subscribe. We are 2 subscribers away from 150. 2 subscribers away from 150. With our next checkpoint that we're really looking towards is 500. That's our next major checkpoint. And once we do that, that's when we can start doing cool custom emojis and stuff like that. So definitely looking forward to getting there, and I appreciate all your guys' help in doing that, and your help also just by hanging out here. All right, we are finally into the Marlins bullpen, so Alcantara is out. Lindor is up. He fouls that one off deep, but foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Lindor. Strike 3 called on Francisco Lindor. So Lindor having a kind of up and down game. A couple of fielding errors tonight, but he also has an RBI single that tied up the game. We need a good classic Juan Soto at bat right here. He's done some first pitch swinging and stuff. We could really use a Juan Soto at bat where he can work a walk, get on base. It's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike to Juan Soto. Because you've got Pete behind you who hit the grand slam yesterday and Nimmo behind him who's hit home runs in consecutive days. So foul ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Juan Soto. I'm going to park here in just a second because we're going to end up canceling that one DoorDash because there's just no parking. I'm not going to spend 15 minutes driving around waiting for a parking spot that I can't get to. And beyond that, it's ice cream that had to go like 10 miles, and I don't have ice in the cooler with me. So this ball's popped up to shallow center field. Myers makes the catch. And there are 2 out, so it's up to Pete to keep this inning alive. We're going to just park over here so I can hang out with you guys for the moment. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. My name is Craig, and we are MetropoliFins, YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Pete Alonso. Chops that one to the right side, and Pete is going to be retired. And the Mets are out of the inning. We are headed to the... Where are we going to? The bottom of the 6th? Yeah. Going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Max Kranick, who has been pitching amazing for the Mets at the end of spring, as well as into the start of this season. He is taking over for Kodai Senga. All right, since I'm parked, I can give you some stats here. Let me give you Kodai Senga's line. 5 innings pitched, 77 pitches, which I thought, because I know his arm is not warmed up to the same level as, like, say, Clay Holmes or Tyler McGill or David Peterson yet. It's just 77 pitches, 3 hits, 4 runs, but only 2 of those are earned. 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, and a home run, 3.60 ERA. All of the damage that was done against Senga for his earned runs were the first 2 batters of the game. The only other blip was off of Lindor's error. One of Lindor's 2 errors, which is so crazy. I can't even imagine the last time Francisco Lindor had 2 errors in a single night. But so that's what we got. We're at commercial break right now, so you are not missing anything. Let's see, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let me refresh the chat every once in a while. Oh yeah, sorry Jonathan, I've been missing. Redman, oh my goodness, there's so many messages I was not seeing. I'm so sorry guys. Jonathan, how's it going? Redman, Arnell, I'm so sorry that I missed you guys. It doesn't always show me all the chat, so I have to do that. You're as cold as ice. All right, we got 1 out here. Siri makes the catch out in center field. Oh, sorry. Jose Alexa makes the catch in center field. I'm so sorry that I missed you guys. Yeah, YouTube does this sometimes on mobile where it doesn't show all the chats after a while. So anyway, my apologies. I did not realize you guys were here. I thought chat was a little quiet. But all right, we're continuing on here. This is also after 8 o'clock is when it starts to get kind of slow with orders in my market too. We'll keep our eye open. We got a shopping order around this time, I think, last night. We'll do, at this next commercial break, we'll do a full scoreboard update as well. And Matt Mervis is going to ground out to Acuna. Acuna's had quite a few plays at second base the last couple innings. Griffin Conine is at the plate. First pitch is a strike to him. No balls and one strike. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight. We are on the journey to 150 subscribers. 2 away. So if you haven't yet done that, tap that like. Double tap that screen for the like. Hit that subscribe button. Got another strike. No balls and 2 strikes on Griffin Conine. And fouled into Terenz's mitt. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Max Kranick. So once again, the Mets' dominant bullpen to start the season continues. So that's great. You were saying, Jonathan, that last night was the 5th inning. I'm feeling like this inning right here, this is going to be the inning where we get something going. I'm going to say I'm feeling 3 runs this inning. This is a 3-run inning. Nimmo, Vientos, and Winker are due up. Nimmo, Vientos, Winker are due up. All right, so the Mets play, just so you guys know, the Mets play at 4:40 tomorrow. I will not be streaming that. I might have the computer stream going of the game day if you want to follow along, but my son has a game. I don't even know if I'm going to stream the game day, but not 100% sure on that. Clay Holmes is pitching. It'll be Mets Marlins tomorrow, 4:40. Then they have Thursday off. And then the Mets have their home opener Friday at 3 p.m. Friday at 3 p.m. is the Mets home opener. So we will see. I don't know my schedule. I'm going to try to live stream that if we possibly can. We're going to try, but all right, here we go. Two balls and 2 strikes is the count to Sir Brandon Nimmo. Outside corner. Strike 3 looking. Nimmo called out on strikes twice in one night. So, Nimmo called out on strikes twice in one night. Francisco Lindor, 2 errors in one night. My goodness, when was that last? Like, has that ever happened in the same game? All right, Mark Vientos is up, 1 ball, no strikes. And ball 2 as well, 2 balls and no strikes. And I got a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Marky V. Two balls, 1 strike. Fly ball to center. And he is retired, so there's 2 down in the 7th. All right, we just got ourselves a double order from Turco Taco and Cafe Milano. So we've got 2 pickups, 2 drop-offs that we have to do. We're actually already sitting at Turco Taco, but they're usually a little slow. So we're going to try to get through this inning here, unless the Mets have like a huge rally. And if not, then hopefully I can just run and go get the food during the commercial break. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jesse Winker. I predicted 3 runs this inning. My prediction is not coming to fruition. Hey, it's going to be a single. Single for Jesse Winker. Keeping my hopes alive of a 3-run inning for the Mets. Power hitting catcher Luis Torrens is coming up. So he is the potential tying run for the Mets. Oh, he flies it out deep into the outfield, but they make the catch. Torrens gave it a ride, but not quite enough. All right, I'm going to go run check on this order here really quick. Mets are running out of time here. Down 4-2 going to the bottom of the 7th. We'll just put the Mets sweatshirt up. Hopefully it'll stay up this time. There we go. I'll be right back. The Braves have lost Reynaldo Lopez maybe for a couple of months. Another injury for the Braves. Of course, if you missed it earlier, Sean Manaea also has had a setback in his injury as well. He's going to be shut down completely for 2 weeks here. So... Two balls and 2 strikes. Max Kranick is still pitching for the Mets here. Three balls and 2 strikes is the count here. Bottom of the 7th, Mets are running out of time. Definitely need to not give up any more runs. A one hopper once again to Luis Angel Acuna, who's just handling that position masterfully tonight. That's going to be the first out in the bottom of the 7th inning here. Nimmo makes the catch out towards the warning track on the next one. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Max Kranick trying to finish his second great inning of relief work. Ball 1. Myers is up for the Marlins. We're on our way to our second pickup from Cafe Milano. Nice high-end downtown Italian restaurant. And the side is retired. I'm picking up 4 orders of gnocchi. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Gnocchi. All right, we're going to the top of the 8th inning. It's going to be kind of the bottom of the Mets lineup, roughly. We'll see if the Mets do some pinch hitting here. Starling Marte is available. As much as you like the speed of Siri, I don't know if you maybe pinch hit Marte in there. So we're at commercial break. You're not missing anything. We're headed to the top of the 8th inning. I don't know exactly. I'm trying to remember exactly who's leading off. Nimmo led off the last inning. So it was 4, 5, 6, and they went in 1, 2, 3 order. So it should be 7, 8, and 9. No, they didn't go in 1, 2, 3 order because Terrenz made it up. And he gave it a rip. So who's ever up after Terrenz? Are we at, so is it Acuna, Siri, and Lindor, maybe? I think that's what it is. I think it's Acuna, Siri, and Lindor that are scheduled up for this inning. Welcome back, Kaylee. I am about to pick up an order. So I just canceled an order after a 10-minute wait, and even though it said it will not impact your completion rating, they still took it off my completion rating. So DoorDash don't play. They don't. They're gonna punish you for waiting. They're gonna punish you if you time it out after 10 minutes. I have such a relationship with DoorDash. So because of that, dropped me 2 points down from platinum to gold. And now I have to deliver 100 straight without canceling anything for any reason, apparently. So yeah, it's not going to happen, DoorDash. I don't care about you that much. It's like for that one giant catering order that I got, it's not worth it. Tried to play their game. I tried. 2-2. Beatty is the pinch hitter here. Ground ball to second. And Beatty is retired. Yeah, so they drop you 2 points when your completion rate just goes from 100 to 99, just that one. And like, I waited the 10 minutes. It said, if you cancel, whatever it is, worry-free cancellation. And there's still something to worry about. So. All right, I'm going to go pick up this order really quick. All right, we got our first drop off. Siri is retired. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. And Lindor rolls it to second, and the Mets have really undisciplined at bats here. The Mets' approach at certain times in the game has been less than spectacular. So, not super excited about how they approached everything here. You got to be trying to work the count, and just don't understand the first pitch swinging. Doesn't make sense. So now we're dropping off these couple of orders. So we're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. I'm guessing Max Kranick will not be out again. So we'll see who the Mets bring out to pitch the bottom of the 8th. We're on commercial break. The Mets are down 4-2. Trying to hold them. The pitching's been doing pretty well, but the bat's just way too inconsistent to start the season here for sure. There's going to be a quick out here. That was recorded before they even came back on the broadcast. Nothing and 1 is the count to Xavier Edwards for the Marlins here. Bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out. That ball is lined out to Lindor at short. By the way, Max Kranick is still out this inning. He's been so efficient. It's just not been a big deal. What a great outing for him. 2 2/3 innings so far with 20 pitches, and that's it. So the Marlins aren't working the count either, but ball 1. Stowers fouls it back. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Soto, Alonso, Nimmo. Grounded out to Lindor. Another 1-2-3 inning for Max Kranick. regardless of the result of this game, Max Kranick with a just superb pitching performance. 3 innings of shutout ball out of the bullpen to keep this game within reach. So, pressure. Is there pressure? Can the Mets handle pressure? Can Mets come through in a clutch situation? This is an opportunity right now. Soto, Alonso, Nimmo. That's who's due up. And the way the season started, I think that's the best 3. No offense to Lindor, he just hasn't quite caught fire yet. Hurt you. And if you can get him out, then you can just go after Pete. And if you get Pete out, then you can just go after Nimmo. I mean, it seems like the ideal here as a pitcher is just go all in, try to get Soto out. If you do, go all in to get Pete out, and so on. If Soto goes on, then you got to maybe be a little more cautious how you approach Pete and beyond. All right, so we're to our first drop-off. Our second drop-off is kind of long. Not gonna lie, it's like 10 or 12 miles or something like that. It's gonna bring us most likely to the end of the game. But we're still gonna get this one dropped off. We'll do a full game reset. What's down here? All right. We're coming back from commercial break. Soto is due up first. I've got to go drop off this order here real quick, and then I will be right back with you. And Juan Soto walks. I can't believe it. How can you walk Soto there? There is zero reason you should pitch him straight strikes every single pitch. Who cares if he hits a home run? You can't strike him out or get him out if you walk him. What an absolute blunder by the Marlins pitching staff here to not just go straight at him. 1-1 to Pete Alonso now at the plate here. The Mets actually have a shot. To strike to Alonso. 1 ball, 2 strikes. These games, this time of the year, this is where character is built. Pete pulls that one foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pete grounds into a force play here. Soto's going to be out at second. Pete will be safe at first. Brandon Nimmo is at the plate. So Nimmo does have a home run in the game. A home run here would tie it up. So we'll see what he can do. Base hit, Nimmo up the middle. Pete will move up to second. Runners on first and second. Just 1 out here in the top of the 9th. All right, there's going to be a pitching change here for the Marlins as we speak. So Veneciano, or whatever his name is, he was in there to try to get the lefties out. And since we're past the lefty part of the lineup, they're going to bring in a guy to try to get the righties out the rest of the way. I have a feeling if you get anything close here, there's a chance you can see Starling Marte. Maybe Marte comes in for Terrens if we get that far down. Then you can bring Hayden Sanger in as catcher for the 9th and beyond if you need it. Something along those lines. So we're at commercial break because of a pitching change. The Mets have runners on first and second, with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. Mark Vientos, he is due up. This is the biggest at bat of the season for Mark Vientos. We'll see what he can do with it. So the tension is building. This is do or die for the Mets. They need 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. Gotta imagine the Mets will have Edwin Diaz warming up here, as well as maybe some other guy. Maybe Paul Blackburn warms up for long relief. Alonso at second, Vientos at the plate, Nimmo at first, 1 out, top of the 9th. All right, we got 2 strikes on Mark Vientos. Jesse Winker is on deck. 2 strikes for Vientos. Having some signal issues right here. We're trying to do our best to keep you updated. Vientos is going to call his timeout right here. Hopefully Hopefully we'll be able to keep everything live on this delivery. All right, here's the pitch to Vientos. Hits it out to right field, but it's going to be in play. So there's going to be 2 outs. Jesse Winker is the man. Trying to keep this game alive. 2 outs. Top of the 9th. Mets are down 4-2, but 2 runners on. But other than last night, this is what the Mets have really struggled with this season. Getting home those runners in scoring position. Winker bounces it to first. And the game is over. Well, congrats SFL on the win tonight. Really came down to the Lindor errors for the Mets, which is unfortunate. I know he's a proud Papa times 3, I believe now, and this is his first game back after having the kid. And I know that's so uncharacteristic of him to have 2 errors, but Senga was able to get past one of them, but the second one he just couldn't do it. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, now the Mets have to battle for the series win tomorrow. So, it is Clay Holmes on the mound for the Mets. I don't know who the Marlins are pitching tomorrow. What is the Marlins record right now? Are you guys 4-2? You know, the time to build momentum for the season, especially if you're kind of an underdog team, is in that first month, because all you want to do the first month is just not have your season ended after the first month. I mean, I was hearing dire predictions about this Marlins team, and I'm just going to tell you, they may not end up with a great season. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but the Marlins always play the Mets tough, and Sandy Alcantara always pitches tough against the Mets too. So Senga went toe for toe. Really, one major Senga mistake, the second batter of the game, giving up the home run. One major Lindor mistake with a routine ground ball error, and Senga couldn't quite put him away. And that's it. That's the ball game. That's all it takes in the majors. So, congrats to the Marlins on that win. For the Mets, Max Kranick, I mean, the pitching was fine. I've got no issues. I have 0 issues with how Senga pitched tonight. First full game back, 77 pitches or whatever that was. His first full game back, so no issues there. Max Kranick, no issues there. That's it. I mean, that's all who pitched for the Mets. But Nimmo, once again, with a home run. Lindor did have a key RBI single, but that'll be overshadowed by his 2 errors, unfortunately. And just nothing else from this lineup. This lineup it's too inconsistent so far. So they'll find their groove. I'm not worried about it, but it still sure is frustrating when you see other teams that come out of the gate ready to play. You see this Mets team kind of again this year not, I guess, still trying to find their identity and their personality. So it is what it is. Can't control it. But anyway, that's the ball game. So with that being said, I think we're going to end the stream here. If you have not yet seen it, go watch my video right after this. Well, first of all, if you haven't done so, please hit the like and subscribe. We're on our way to 150 subs. We're at 148, so if you haven't hit the subscribe, do that. If you haven't yet seen it, I gave my take on the torpedo bats. So you can let me know. what you think in that video. You can go give your opinions on the Torpedo Bats, what you like, don't like about them. Do you care? Does it even matter? Or are the Brewers just a really bad team that got demolished by the Yankees? Is that all that we're talking about here? So, that's what we got. Appreciate everybody for hanging out with us here tonight. For you Mets fans, sorry I couldn't bring you a Mets win, but SFL, congrats. Congrats on the win tonight. A well-fought, well-earned win. And he even had that Lindor hit or error not happened. I mean, it's not like this game would be going to the bottom of the ninth or extra innings or whatever. So, well played for the Marlins. So, appreciate all of you hanging out here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will see you next time. Let's go Mets, baby. Let's get them tomorrow.